What's good, everybody, man? This your boy Tony Real the God, man. Welcome to Tony Real the God Chronicles. We are back at it again, man. And I bring to you a very, very lovely guest. Her name is Miss Redz. And she will be, well, you see the title. She will be telling her story. And we all know what her story means. And possibly, this can help any of you and out of any of your situations. And we all know what her story means. I got some background here, y'all. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So hopefully, by telling her story, it will help you all have some sort of idea or some sort of positive guidance that you can learn from her telling her story today and expressing this story. And I want y'all to really open your hearts up for this one, because this is a special broadcast today. And like I told the sister, I said, hey, if you're ready, let's get it. If not, hey, it's up to you when you're ready. So thank everybody for coming. And y'all already know I gotta give YouTube their little point. You know what I'm saying? They little side. So you already know we'll be back in 30 seconds, man. All right. Right back. Just a second. Welcome to the show. All right, we are back, man, with Sister Redz. Now, like I said, I thank everybody for coming, man. This is going to be a great show. This sister's about to express some things, and I'd like y'all to open your hearts and pay attention. And, and that way, if you never know what she might say, could also possibly help you, all right, with her story. And her story is going to be one of those stories that you really need to listen to. All right, open your hearts, people. So, welcome, Miss Redz. Welcome, sister. How are you? All right. Go ahead. You said you was going to answer that. I had asked you, how are you? so, I know you're doing great. So, sister, go ahead and introduce yourself. And then after you introduce yourself, just open up about what you're going to talk about, and then from there we'll continue.
Well, I'm grateful for you, host, very much.
Thank you.
My name is Mama Redz, or Miss Redz, as you can see. I too want to talk about my story, my history, things I've been through. But I want to first start off with love someone, hug someone, encourage someone, empower someone. I'll be talking about any questions that the host has, but abandonment issues, sexual abuse, drug abuse, relationships. A lot. So if you don't mind, to get started, please.
All right, okay. But you already know, man, it's showtime. So, okay. So, if y'all have gotten any of that, I hope y'all got enough of that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the show. That was the host open. I hope y'all enjoyed that as well. So, Ms. Redz, we talked off the show, and you've expressed how you were pretty much ready to share your story with the world, or with those that can learn from your story. So so just to start off, sister, what can people learn from your story? As a matter of fact, just tell your story first, sister, and then I'll come back and ask you a few questions afterwards. Go ahead, tell your story, sister.
All right, I was a bit. I'm very open. I was abandoned at 3 on a playground. Someone found me, just as such. But we know how we are sometimes, but by the grace of God, someone found me, and they were connected with the people that I knew. With them for a little bit, but at some point, foster care, never a bad kid, never a bad female. But then going through those things, I found myself at 12 by myself. So you pick up things, you learn things. As I got older, between 12 and 17 in foster care, I would say between the age of 17 and 20, I did enter a lifestyle of a different world. Um, Trying to be mindful how I say things. Just say that sometimes we go through things and we have to survive because we don't know no better. And you don't have nobody else around you. And sometimes you're going to find different worlds and different avenues of people that will say that you need them. I have sold drugs. I've done everything. But I am grateful now. I do have children. I do my best and do my best to keep them from around those things. Bad relationships. I've actually been, no kidding you, how do I say this? Because you told me it was going to be rough. Um, R. Kelly, um, been through a lot of trauma. Even past recently, I had someone out of all the bad relationships in my life, um, I was blessed with someone who was able to come into my life and teach me by leading, not by talking, because we can be in a relationship of many different sorts, and people talk what they're going to do. Talking about what you're going to do doesn't mean nothing. It's about what you walk and how you carry yourself, and just by leading by example. Um, this gentleman that was supposed to be my husband just recently passed. And I still struggle a little bit because I'm still going through the stages, but taught me how to be a better woman, a better wife, a better mother, and a better leader, and be more confident in myself. And also, definitely, most importantly, be mindful as a woman with our Black brothers. And that was the most important thing that I had to take. But if you want to continue, brother.
Okay, okay. So, Miss Redz.
Oh, I do have two businesses though.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, tell us about it. Tell us about it. Promote
All
it.
right. So I am a food vendor. I do farmers markets because I prefer to not have a brick and mortar because my personality is just as such. I am a peer support counselor, but since I'm going through my grieving stage, I feel like it's until I'm grieving through everything to not try to help someone else in that particular area of mental health. I am very definitely a mental health advocate as well.
Okay, so you have dealings in mental health.
Sexual abuse, alcohol abuse, drug abuse, everything. Mhm.
Mhm. So, what are some of the things that you do as far as what are some of the things that you do to try to help people with, as far as
Um,
sexual abuse and drug abuse? What are some of the things that you, let's just say, guide them or teach them with on how to recover from that?
it's funny. It's actually just life. Whether it's Facebook or just regular in person, I prefer in person. Somehow I just end up running across these type of people. My whole life, actually, that has been through the things I've been through. So with each thing that I've noticed they've been through, I'm able to also talk to them about it and express myself and share my story. But by me sharing my story also helps me get a better healing too, as I am encouraging them. And it's very important because you never know what someone's going through. You never know whatever you've been through. By sharing that can encourage and empower someone, especially if you actually been through it and already healed from it. Um, that helps that person, give them that encouragement to say, okay, they've been through it, they've gotten through that. I can do this too.
Mm. Okay. So are you also an advocate for domestic violence?
Definitely so. I have seen it my whole life. I have been through it. Been through it a lot. To one point, I almost died.
Mm.
Um, and let me backtrack. Um, I always thought it was normal, okay, and acceptable until maybe the age of 23. So my whole life, I thought that shit was normal. I mean, excuse me, I thought that stuff was normal, and it's not. Um, but when you're young and you see these things, and you don't have any other type of examples, you think it's normal. Uh, so I am grateful that I got to a point to realize, okay, enough is enough, and stop it, and stand up for myself, and not allow toxic people in my life. But it happens. It does.
Mm. Yes, it does. It does happen. You know what I mean, and it happens a lot. And I've actually read and seen many cases where a lot of young women, and older women like yourself are going through domestic violence. And if anyone is going through domestic violence, you know what I mean, I'd say my advice to you is get out of it now. You
But
know,
it's hard.
right? It
And
can be hard. It
but
can be
like I
hard.
said, I've been R. Kelly. I've
Hmm.
also been a woman of the night. So I said we're no holds barred.
Hmm.
Because some people that are watching know me, just know me. Um, but it's easy for someone to catch a young lady coming out of foster care, not knowing nothing about life. Um,
Hmm.
back then, the saying was, "We're in the lion's den," but now I feel like our kids are in a volcano. There's a big
Hmm.
difference. So if you don't know any better, it's easier for those particular type of men and women to be able to smell that out. Someone vulnerable, someone just naive, you know.
Right. So what's some let's just say what's some good advice that you can give those young women that are going through domestic violence and young men as well, because whether y'all know it or not, men go through it too, not just women. So what are
That is
some
absolutely true.
yeah, so what's some advice you can give the young men and women about domestic violence?
I would say this. I know that it's hard. Uh, Sometimes you're gonna have to throw loyalty and love out the door. Okay, because your spirit and your mind and your well-being is more important than loyalty and loving someone. But that person is going to literally have to gather up that strength. But it's not always easy, and it takes time. And sometimes it takes self-talk for maybe a full year. Like I said, I've been R. Kelly before. I've been in a situation where I couldn't even leave out that house when that person left because there's people outside and I can't leave. So I've been through some things. So I just say that encourage yourself and know that your self worth is better, your health is better, and your mind should be better. And it's going to take some time, but you should do it. It's not easy. That's the thing. That's hard to say too because when you're in that situation, um, even if you do want to leave, it's not always easy. So it takes time.
But wait a second, Ms. Red. So you say that you say that it's not easy, it's hard. So when you say that, love and loyalty, what I'm saying, you have to throw that out the window. So it seems to me if you throw love and loyalty out the window, all that's left is doubt and fear. So, what's saying how did you encourage yourself, out of doubt and fear in that domestic situation to get out?
For me, in many different, I've been in those different situations many different times. I started to learn when that window opens and that door opens, move.
Hmm.
When you see that door and because you're correct, all is left is just fear,
Hmm.
um, and just self doubt.
Hmm.
When that door opens, no matter how scary it is, no matter how hard it is. But I'm telling you something, brothers and sisters, if that door opens up for you, that window opens up, that's when you move. And when you move, you're not going to feel comfortable. And that's when you actually are doing the right thing. Most of the time, when we feel like when we're when it's that most uncomfortable feeling, that's when we actually should move our feet and do it.
Okay, so okay. And I think that's some good advice. And I'm pretty sure sister is probably having you revisit a place in your mind. And and I guarantee you I've seen my aunt go through that. I've seen, some of my other family members go through that. Men and women actually in my family went through that. And it's very painful, you know what I'm saying? And I got to say that I went through it just a little bit with someone in my past. And I got out of there as soon as I could because I don't hit women, you know what I mean? But I will not be abused to I want either.
I have also been that angry black woman,
Mm-hmm.
and had to learn too. When he walk away, you don't throw nothing, you don't say nothing, just let him walk away. He's walking away for a reason.
Yeah.
For a
Mm-hmm.
reason. Um, so, and you're correct. It's not just women that get abused.
Right.
Men get abused, and especially black men too. And it might not be a physical thing. It's something that, unfortunately, sometimes us as black women, and please y'all don't beat me up, we can actually hurt our men and make our black men feel this small. And I've been like that, just by our mouths, the way we carry ourselves, the lack of maturity, things of this nature. And we have to be mindful of that because our brothers hurt too.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the only ones.
That is true. And you know what? I'm you know what? And I'm telling you, sister, much respect because I'm glad that you see it from both perspectives and not just one. Because you have some of our brothers and some of our sisters out here that only see it from one perspective, as if no other no other, like, let's just say, side goes through what they go through. You know what I'm saying? Or one side is worse than the other. Man, it's all bad. I can care less about what's worth. It's all bad. It's all like
And
you
brother, I'm telling
shouldn't
you,
be
I came a
abusing.
long way. I came a long
Right.
way. I was such an angry, angry woman. It's the world. It's
Mm-hmm.
everyone's fault. It's not me. It's you. But I'm telling you, I hit a moment in my life. I really, truly hit a moment in my life where, um, I travel, even on Vigo, I travel in many different circles. And something came to my attention, 5 different circles in 5 different areas, and one person from 5 circles, um, said something about me and my attitude, my behavior. And the higher power in me said something, and it
Do you
clicked.
see that comment right there, sister?
I can't see. Let me click on the chat. So, I'm still learning. I don't want to chime out and mess up.
Uh,
I
you
can't
good.
see it.
Okay,
I
well
can't.
the chat is from oh, she didn't went out. Uh, she gonna have to come back in. But I appreciate you putting that chat up there. All right, Sister Gillery, in the chat right there. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, let's not try that again, so,
Yes.
Red.
No, sir. Just go ahead and read
So
me.
I'll just read it. Okay, so it's a young lady in the chat. She says that she is sorry to hear that. Basically, sorry to hear what you went through, what you have been going
I appreciate that, but you know what? And much love to you, sister. But at the end of the day, what I've also learned is,
through. Mhm.
um, when we go through things as people and as human beings, it's to help us grow and strengthen ourselves and mature ourselves. And I'm still growing and still learning. I'm at 42, and I'm still learning things that I feel like I should already know as a woman, as a queen. But also, what I want to say with that is sometimes when we go through things, it's not always meant just for us, it's meant for other people. Because we're always, if you notice what you're going through in life, you're always going to cross paths with somebody. Somebody has been through something, that's going through something you're going through, or whatever the case may be. And what we've been through is really meant for us to encourage and empower the other person and pretty much pay it forward.
Mhm. That's true because see, like I always say, I don't mess with people because you never know what they are going through. Because see, what I'm saying, it could be a possible thing as them, knowing, hey, I'm going through this, whatever they're going through can affect people in the public because they may want to just take it out on somebody. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I tell my kids, hey, don't be going out there messing with people because you don't know what nobody going through. You got people out there that's going through something so bad to where they don't care if you're a kid, they will hurt you. Okay.
And we grew up on that saying, first impressions is everything. And I heard that my whole life, but I had to start learning how to disagree to that because of myself and my growth. I was really an angry Black female. But I might have been going through some things, and I had to also when it came back to me, the way I get the energy I gave out when it came back to me just for a random person, I had to start thinking that sometimes, again, you never know what somebody might have went through a minute before, 3 hours before, a month before, or whatever the case may be. So sometimes you just never know. Just give them a chance. But if they keep doing it, then yeah, they're toxic, and please walk away.
For real, yeah. That is some good advice there. If they're the type of people that they're just constantly toxic, they don't care how you feel, they don't care nothing. They just want to fill that void because they're in pain. You might want to leave those people alone because they are very, very, very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And whatever they had went through, it had to have, they've absorbed a little too much of it, or they absorbed much of it to the point to where now their mind is gone. Saying they can't come back. And it's not like they didn't try, but they can't come back now. So they're very dangerous.
You say a reprobated mind.
I guess so. So now that we've covered, domestic violence, let's go back to when you were saying that you had been involved in, illegal drugs. How did that affect your life? Traumatically.
In many ways, a lot of different impulsive behaviors, not really caring. Never was the one to steal those type of things, but a lot of promiscuous situations. But it was also me choosing to follow around those people. That's why I ended up not being able to do certain things because it's, again, people, places, and things. But family, a lot. And it hurt me a lot in many different ways, just my character, everything.
Okay. So you and how long were you on drugs?
Well, I've done different ones. Tried different.
You don't have to name them. You don't have to name them.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But I would say for a long time, a very long time.
Mm-hmm. And it created a huge impact on your life, correct?
It did. Poor choices, everything. Even losing good relationships, good friendships. People that act burning bridges. Yes, burning bridges. Because once you burn a bridge, there's no coming back from that.
True. That is true. So, and I've seen how drugs do people. And I've never had an addiction to drugs, but I've seen what a lot of people have went through having an addiction on drugs. And I've seen people that will do anything just to get high. They'll steal, they'll kill, they'll lie, they'll manipulate, they'll do anything just to get that high, and they'll do it to their own family if they have to, their own children. I've seen these things, and it's a horrible sight to see, but that just goes to show that when you get hooked on something, you become a mental slave to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's really hard for people to bounce back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's hard for a lot of people to bounce back. So how did you bounce back, sister?
Around that time, we have different feelings about certain things, but I had a vision. And the vision literally was a bird cage. You know, I have bird tattoos. I'm tatted up, and it's
I
unfortunately,
see.
well, yeah, but on this one particular side is odd. I got a phoenix and I got a freedom bird. So at the
Mm,
time that I had the freedom bird, anyway, my vision was pretty much a cage, and we're all a birds in this cage, and the door opens up. I fly out. I
mm,
turn around and say, "Come on, everybody! Come on, come on, come on, come on!" They're not coming. They choose to stay caged in. And for me, that was that aha moment for me, if that makes any sense.
So that was pretty much your moment of truth of finally wanting to break away from the addiction.
Hmm.
You wanted to get better. You wanted to get cleaned up. You wanted to, hey, you wanted to get back to yourself
Right.
because
And
it
there's
had
some.
had you imprisoned mentally for so long, and you
Mhm.
finally fought through and came out of it on top. That is very good. That's great. I'm proud of you,
and,
sister.
and I appreciate that. And there's some people that have, an addictive problem, but there are people that have an addictive behavior. So
Yes.
no matter what, if I'm going in, I'm going in, going gung ho. And they'll have many different, multiple types of addictive behaviors, different addictions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so for that person, there's many different, it takes time. For me, yeah, many coats that were too big and too small throughout time, I had to take off because it doesn't belong to me and who I am. So that's why it's a little bit, even though I appreciate you for your comfort because I was a little nervous. But listen, you're going to go through life and you're going to pick up coats that are too big and too small for you. And it's not you, that's not who you are. Um, and so at the end of the day, you have to tap into who you are and knowing that life and circumstances allowed you to pick up these coats and these things that don't belong to you as a person, as a character.
How you
But
doing,
then,
Sister Leroy? No, I'm sorry. I was just speaking to the chat. I'm listening, sister. Go ahead.
no, I got you, brother. I got you, brother. No worries. So, but at that time, for us that realize it, once you realize it, at the end of the day, you got to move your feet. Take those coats that don't belong to you off, no matter how uncomfortable it is, you know?
Mm, wow. So this is see, and this is the reason why I like to talk to people about drug addiction. You know what I'm saying? And it is a very, very serious addiction. Okay, people have lost their lives over it. People have behaved in very dangerous ways, have said things that they really didn't mean, but it's because of the addiction and the influence the addiction has over them. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people tend to close those people out. They tend to shun them away and don't want anything to do with them, or they get hurt out there or they are hurting somebody. Drug addiction is real, people. It is real. And it's nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with. I
I
guarantee
think
you that.
for me, out of all the drugs I've been on, every time I was able to catch an aha moment, that was for me that moment to just cut it off, because I've been around drugs my whole life. Again, like I said, my mother abandoned me at 3. She was addicted to crack. She was addicted to crack cocaine, but I'm grateful. And we had this conversation. That's like my best friend now. That she gave me up because if she didn't do that, I could be rocking with somebody else's pimp. But at the end of the day, sometimes chains aren't broken, and it still ended up happening for me. I traveled a little bit. Sometimes you just, when you live in the streets as a female, you got to survive the best way you can.
That's right. And before we move on to the next one, sister, can I say what is your occupation, sister?
I own my own business. I am a food vendor. I do farmers markets. Pretty much
I know
everything.
you mentioned it at first, but I had wanted to ask again, for those that are just
Yes,
tuning in.
so I prefer to work out the farmers markets because I still do talk to people and engage with people. and I love to give my energy to people.
So you have your
while
own
I'm feeding, while
vendors
I'm
then,
feeding you and blessing you, okay, and
right?
filling your food, your stomach up.
So you have your own you have your own business. You're a vendor, and you do and you food. You do food products. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. I hope y'all got that. What's the name of your business, if you don't mind, man? What's the name of your business?
It's
And
not. I've had no choice but to do it.
you don't have a name to it. You just been.
I do. No, I do, but I have no choice but to do it. Natalie's Home Cooked Meals.
Oh, okay, okay. Wait, this is just for your promotion. This is we promoting. This sister's business is called Natalie Home Foods.
Natalie's Home Cooked Meals.
Okay, Natalie's Home Cooked Meals. That's the name of her business. So you guys, you have a website, sister, or somewhere where people can reach you?
I just pretty much right now I'm just on Facebook.
Okay.
So I'm just local right now.
Oh, okay. So y'all can pretty much follow her on Facebook. Okay. So at the end of the show, we'll talk about that, and then I'll have the sister give out, I guess, the social media, her social media page where y'all can contact her and make some orders. So are you just you saying you just locally, so you don't you don't deliver or anything like that, but
No, I'm willing to deliver, but right now I'm on the East Coast, so I don't mind shipping, dry freezing things. There's other things that people are asking for, even from that I don't sell at the market, that I do. So special requests is what I do as well.
Okay, so you do shipping. Okay, so okay, cool. Well, yeah, I might need to order me some. I need to give me some of that food. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all got that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, right here in the comments, no, Sister Leroy, she's not in Houston. But she does deliver. She does deliver. So like I said at the end of the show, I'm sure that, I'll have the sister give her social media page out, and then you'll be able to contact her and make you a delivery, through this sister, and then she'll get your information, and then she will ship what you want, what you need, what you're asking for. I'm pretty sure you're gonna want a list or a menu, so I'm pretty sure she got it. You know what I mean? So. You know what I mean? So that's cool. Look at that, sister. Look at that. Hey, people already want to try your food. You know what I'm saying? That's good, man. That's why I say promotion is good, sister. Promotion is good. You know. So remember, y'all, it's called Natalie's Home Foods. I said that right?
Natalie's Home Cooked Meals.
Okay, Natalie's Home Cooked Meals. All right, remember that. All right. I'm messing up already. so So let's continue. Sister. So we've covered domestic violence. We've covered what we covered. Drugs. Yes. And so now I want to actually go ask you some questions about abandonment. You mentioned that you were abandoned as a child. Mm-hmm. How did that affect you? Traumatically as well, sister. Talk to us about that.
Gosh. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Do you know how much that can affect a person as an individual in many different relationships? Mm-hmm. If you're too late, oh my God, they're not showing up. So, but I had to grow too and mature and also heal at the same time. It didn't happen as fast. But yeah, like if someone was late, I think they weren't showing up. If a guy wasn't, we all make mistakes. Oh, you're just, so I just, it took a long time to heal from that, a true long time. But you know what? What helped me more and still resonates in my mind, I was like in a group home, but drug treatment center at age of 15. And my mom came to me and she visited me. And then fast forward 5 years later, because we had the same conversation. So I'm gonna give you the second conversation. I'm in my about 20, I was 21. My mother, and I brought it up to her again. My mother said this: look, I apologize to you. And you are grown. So I'm not going to keep apologizing to you. Um,
Mm.
and it made sense to me. And I say this to this day, even for adults now. If I apologize to you at this point now, and I'm genuinely apologizing because apparently I apologize a lot.
Mm-hmm.
um, but if I'm genuinely apologizing to you and you're an adult, now it's on you to heal
Mm-hmm.
because now it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do. So if you're still upset and still angry, that's still on you to have to deal with. And so I took that for myself, and that was important that kept inside of my mind.
Okay. So so I can agree with you, um, on that. I say to a certain extent because, we have parents that have abandoned their children. A lot of them, and we have a lot of parents that feel, some they feel as if they're not responsible for how that child turned out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, hey, if you abandon that child and then they grow up to be something that you didn't expect them to be, then that's your fault because you missed your window. You missed your time that you needed to nurture that child and to mold that child to what you wanted them to be or what you thought they could be because you never know who you're raising. So yeah, that's your fault. So now, if you come to that child and that child won't accept you, or you apologize to that child and they don't accept it, that part I can agree with you. You did your part as a parent. You apologized about what had happened, what you done, and from that point, yes, hey, okay, you're grown. You need to get it together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can agree with you on that part. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all out here, man, stop punishing your parents for all eternity for something that that they did to you. I know it hurts. I know that you feel like they didn't like you or they hated you, but I'm telling you, man, they loved you, man. I don't give a damn what they're telling you now. I guarantee you, they
Here's
loved
the thing. Here's the thing for me.
you. Mm-hmm.
All right, she made the best choice because I could be worse off than where I am.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, truly. But there's another part to that story. If I was given to the dad side, I'd be better. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But the reason why I'm not upset about that, and I'm like excited to share that, that's what my mom shared, is because this woman has came a long way herself, made a better change in her life. Now, if she said that and was still the same person, then yes, there should be negative comments and backlash from me. But
Mm-hmm.
she makes up for it, you know? Like I couldn't ask for a better blessing of seeing a woman, a queen that been through so much herself and surpassed everything and to become a greater woman. We can all make choices, bad choices. I mean, we're not perfect. We're humans. We're not perfect. We're to make poor choices, find ourselves in the wrong situations at times. Um, as long as we grow from it and mature from it, it's not always on the first go around or the second or third, but
True.
as long as you continue to attempt at it, that's all that matters.
True. So I'm gonna put you a banner up for your. I want to make a banner for your business. That way I can pull it up on the screen. Um, so when you so your mother, did she explain the reason for the abandonment? I mean, I know you said it's because she was on drugs.
Oh, I know what it was.
Did
Yeah,
she
my
have
mom was. It was the '80s. I'm a,
huh?
I'm a full straight in the beginning '80s kid.
Ah,
So '80s is nothing but straight. Yeah, crack. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, Pretty much. Yeah. So everybody in my you know what I mean. It was hippie era. It was a lot. A lot going on at that time.
So what can people learn from this? Because I can tell you, sister, you bounced back good. I mean, you look good, you're beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Basketball.
You have a beautiful home. You know what I'm saying? Look, I mean, this is like this. I want y'all to hear me now. This sister is the prime example okay, of what bouncing back looks like. All the things that she has been through, she's bounced back. She has her own business. She has a beautiful home. She looks good. She's a very beautiful woman. I mean, she's done it. She's the example. Use this right here, y'all, to be influenced to get out of your cage, man.
And like Tony, I want to say something to you. And Tony hit the hammer right on the nail. I had this saying, I have many sayings, a lot of sayings that I make up. They might not make sense, but if it applies to you, you're going to catch it. All
Hold on
right.
a second, Mama Maria. Ms. Leroy say, please put it up so I can browse. She's talking about your business. So yeah, let me make a talk more on what's the name of because
All right. So I want to say,
you say you don't have a website, right?
no, but I'll give it to you. But I want to finish my thought real quick.
How you doing, Ms. Michi?
When you go through things, sometimes just think of yourself like, hey, Mr. Michichi. So think of it like a basketball, like you just said. All right. What does a basketball do? It bounces down, but it always comes back up. That's what I want to say. So sometimes when life hits you, be like a basketball. Just because you go down, it's always going to come back up. But my business is on Facebook. If you hit me up on Facebook, I can give you a little bit more of insight on a personal note. So it is Natalie's Home Cooked Meals on Facebook. I'll type. Well, can you type it in the comments for me? Because I don't want to.
I'm gonna put it right here on the banner. I'm gonna put so
Yeah,
I can put it up on the screen.
So again, it's it's Natalie's, like Natalie Cole, Natalie's apostrophe S, home cooked meals on Facebook. You might see a few videos on there. I haven't updated it yet, but just get with me and I got you. If you do also need to learn how to cook something, I don't keep secrets. I don't mind sharing. It's important to also help people how to cook too. We don't always know, not everybody knows how to cook.
Yeah, not everybody knows how to cook. And you know what? And just to put a reminder up, don't you owe me a plate? Don't you owe me a plate? Because I could have sworn I asked you for one. You ain't sucked my plate yet.
Put the apostrophe S after the E.
Lord, I didn't mess that up. Yeah, I thought I put the S. My bad. Look at that. Y'all see your boy Tony Rudy God made a mistake live.
We do grammar correction around here.
Yes, we do. I made a mistake live, but good. Look, guess what? Look at that. Boom. There it is. All right. So be sure y'all follow Natalie's Home Cooked Meals on Facebook. Browse through the videos. Check her out, man. Follow. If you don't know how to cook, she'll teach you. If you don't know how to season food, she'll show you. And if you don't know how to order food, she'll give you a way to do that so you can order your plate. Okay? And she'll set it up real good. And she's going to send my plate before she sends yours anyway. So anyway.
I ain't got no choice.
I'm supposed to be getting the complimentary plate. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what, sir? I might just have to pull up and just hand deliver it. How about that part, sir?
Hey, do that too. Do that too. I would love that. Make sure it's a nice, delicious plate. You know, I want all the good stuff. All the good stuff.
All right.
What's good, brother Azrael? What's good, brother?
Hey, brother Az, how you doing, sir? I appreciate you coming through, showing me some support, and giving me the confidence that I need. I
of course.
And thank you for making me feel welcome, because you know how I was feeling earlier.
This, look here, man. You know, anything I can do to help to encourage people to, you know, come to the show. You know what I'm saying, and be comfortable. Hey, I'm willing to do that. So, sister, let's go ahead and move on to.
I know, because there's a lot we can talk about.
Yeah. Because I got the banner up for y'all, so y'all can see. You know, so I'll be, you know, putting it up every blue moon, so y'all can see. All right, brother Azrael. He said, brother Azrael say, he said, you got it, Queen. So I got the banner up, y'all. So I'll be putting it up, you know, saying, you know, every few minutes, you know what I mean, so that y'all can see how to get in touch with the sister on Facebook to make some orders for her business. And, and I'm pretty sure it's good. And I ain't seen how it looked yet, but I'm gonna see today.
I did a few lives on Bigo
I didn't
recently
see
this
it.
week.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And make sure y'all follow this sister on Bigo as well. Okay. All right. Her name on Bigo is Mama Redz. Make sure you go to Bigo and type in the name Momaredz, Mama Redz, and follow this sister on Bigo. Also, if you would like to be a guest on my show, hit me up on my email, TonyReal0044@gmail.com for a live screening, or it can be a phone screening. And not everybody get past the phone screening. And I was kind of surprised, that Mama Redz got past the phone screen. I was like, okay, she all right, okay. Yeah, she did that. She did that. And also, donate today if you would like to donate today to support the channel. Hashtag Big Tony Main. Okay, it is up to you. All right. Thank you, everybody. So, Mama Redz. So, moving on the topic. A few more things about abandonment. Can you explain, to those that are watching, why abandonment is let's just say, it's bad for children, and but let's just say, but good for recovery.
It creates issues.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of mental issues, emotional issues, relationship issues, the way you even respond to your own children, the way you react to other humans, or other people in your life, strangers. It creates problems. Like I said earlier, if you're in a relationship and you have abandonment issues, oh my gosh, the guy is late, he's not showing up. Oh my God, my friend is late. Oh, they're just, you're the mindset. It puts like that PTSD, like it goes in heavy. It truly does. And it takes a long time, especially as a child. You're not going to get through that as easy as some people think. Um, Honestly, I think I'm 42, so what, 38? 38 really start working on that particular part of piece in my life. Um, you know, it was hard, very challenging. I'm not saying I just started at that age. It was a continuous thing, but it wasn't until late in my late 30s that pretty much that I was able to get through it and be okay with it. So if you're late, okay, no problem. You won't show up? All right. That's how I know I healed from it. Because those things like that, someone being late can trigger abandonment issues.
Mm. So as you can see, abandonment issues. If you have abandonment issues, it can, it can really affect you as an adult. If you felt abandoned when you were a child, it can affect you as an adult. I've actually seen how people feel when they have been abandoned. I've seen how people are mentally distraught and just destroyed. Like they hate their parent or parents. Like they speak on them like they're nothing to them. And I'm
I'm gonna
like,
say this.
wow.
I felt so bad. I remember the one time I said, and this is really gross. My real father. Um, I was so angry as a kid. When I see him, if he ever dies, I'm gonna spit in his face.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a part of me that didn't fit with my mother's side. I'm biracial. So that's a whole other level too. Whole other story too. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So but there was a part of me, and I have a good relationship with my real father now. I didn't know, we pretty much paternity wasn't established until I was like 38. But the personalities that we have kind of just like blends up. It makes sense. So I'm just grateful for the walk that I had, even though it was harsh and hard.
True that. So the sister said here, especially the abandoned person never receives love from other sources. And she also says, Miss Mitchie, she says it also destroys relationships. It does. That is true. It destroys a person when they don't have the sources that they need to, to be healed from that abandonment, when there's just no one that's willing to help them mentally. You have some people that are afraid to help people with these type of issues because of their actions or the way they are thinking. This person just needs a little guidance. They just need some help. They need somebody to love on them, man. That's basically what it is, because they've never experienced it.
So if you do not, if you feel like you don't have family support, friend support, things like that, there are other outside resources that you can go to. You will have like if you have Medicaid will take different counselors. You have to just tap into that. There's also like a community service board maybe in your area, a mental health agency in your area that's local and free, that you can go in there for that support that you need. And there are other agencies that actually do support like that. So you actually have to tap into what's happening to your own town.
And also, y'all, there are let me get this.
There are resources.
Yeah.
I don't mind. For me, I do research a lot about these things. So if anybody wants to send me a private message about any resources in your local area, I promise you, I got you. No worries.
True. And also, you guys, there is also they have crisis hotlines as well. Okay. Where you could call just in case if you're having a crisis in your life and you need someone to pretty much give you, some advice. You have a crisis hotline. You can dial the number 832-416-1177 for.
You have the one for the phone?
Huh?
You have the one for the phone?
The one for the phone?
It should be okay. I'll find it out in a minute.
Yeah.
There's a
I'm putting the number. I'm putting the number in.
Okay.
For locally where So yeah, you can dial that number, and they will help you through any crisis that you may be going through, as far as drug addiction, abandonment, rape. Anything that you may be going through that's a traumatization or something traumatic that has happened in your life, dial that number, the crisis hotline. You can also Google crisis hotline, and you will get a list of numbers in your area, and you can choose whatever number that you that you want, and also dial those numbers in your area, and they will also help you as well. So make sure y'all do that. Y'all take care of that. All right, and so this is a pretty good show today, man, for everybody to be tuning in on right now. And it says, Miss Michi, you say that, and if not, they will continue to hurt and at times hurt others. That is true. Because you do have people that go through abandonment and they will hurt you. Okay,
yes,
because you got to remember something. Their mind is kind of gone. So be careful how you deal with people that are going through traumatized abandonment. It traumatizes them so much to where they will hurt you if you come at them incorrectly because of the paranoia as well. You see what I'm saying? So be careful. All right.
And he's absolutely correct. That paranoia is like can be super intense. Even right now to this day, you can't just walk up on me.
See, exactly. See, that's the prime example. So it's the prime example. So,
but also on a serious note, but those people do have to heal. That's the thing. That's still on them. They have to be want to heal and want to be better and do better, because it's good for your mind, body, and soul all at one time.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. And I hope you guys are getting everything y'all need out of this, because this is a very important conversation, and I'm glad this sister decided to come to the show and speak about this. All right, so this is a gift within itself, because not everybody can come and speak in front of people that are watching about what they've been through. and give advice about it in a very strong manner. I mean, look at the sister's posture. She is strong within her word. I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure her posture probably used to be just, but now she like,
All
I got
right. Yes, sir.
you know what I'm saying?
So he's absolutely correct. Everything, my head would be down, my body would be like this. I'm too
Mhm.
big, I'm too small, I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm like not dark enough, I'm not because I do a colorism too. But you know what? Like again, you go through things for a reason. And so yes, thank you, sir. I appreciate you noticing that.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you're standing strong. Like you've come a long way, sister. And I'm telling you, I'm so proud of you, sister. You've come a long way, and I want all of you really to I want y'all to be, be mindful and just look at this example. The sister is beautiful. She has come out of it, and you can do it too. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be, a lot of work. I know it's going to be just tempting for you to stay doing what you're doing. That's pretty much destroying you mentally, but you can do it. Your boy Tony Ridder God is telling you, you can do it, man. You can do it. I'm telling you, you just got to believe in yourself. Know yourself. You can do it, man. Sister, I'm glad we touched on that. So moving on, sister, can you go ahead and go into, now I know this is going to be a sensitive one, a very sensitive
Oh,
one.
really?
Uh, but you had mentioned also that you had been forced upon, raped.
R. Kelly,
You know,
is it what that?
yeah, well, R. Kelly, R. Kelly. Well, you know what? I'm not even gonna. You know what? Yeah, for the sake of the show, I'm just gonna say you were, you were Mr. Roberts, Mr. Roberts. So we'll just say yeah. So would you go ahead and touch on that, sister, about what happened and why, and from that point, after you've explained that, also give advice on how
I'm
people can
I'm
learn from that.
I'm going to elaborate on that. Just say that coming out of a group home,
Mm.
I found myself being manipulated into a lifestyle, um, not knowing no better, being green. And I lived that lifestyle for some time. And then I found myself running into someone else, and now I'm in their home. I think it was about like 17, maybe. When that person left their home to go to work, I couldn't leave. I tried. But the reason why I couldn't leave is because they had their homies outside. So whatever they wanted to do to me in the house, um, I had to cook, I had to clean, I had to do all that stuff. But when they wanted their special extra things, I had to do whatever they wanted to do. Um, and being raised and the things I've been through was so confusing. What's normal? What's not normal? What's normal? What's not normal? Um,
This wasn't a stranger or anything, right, sister? That this was someone that you didn't know, or was it someone you knew?
More like a stranger.
Okay.
Mhm. And so to fast forward, I always had that thing in me, like you gotta run, you gotta run, you gotta run. How are we gonna do it? How are we gonna do it? How are we gonna figure out how I'm gonna do it? How I'm gonna go? The guys are up front. They're sitting there shooting gambling dice out front. They're never gonna let me out. Um, and I started watching things, and one day when I noticed these gentlemen were not on their post, I grabbed anything and everything I could real fast, quick, in a hurry. And yes, again, that was that moment when I said something earlier. When that door opens, that window opens, no matter how afraid you are, how scared you are, move your feet and move fast. Because if you don't, you're not going to do it. And now you got to wait for the other opportunity again. And as you're waiting, something worse can happen. More abuse. Your face is messed up. Your body functions, certain things might not work anymore. So that moment when that door opened, that window opened, no, I was scared. I was really scared as a kid. I'm 17. I'm scared. What am I supposed to do? But something inside of me, that fire, that God in me gave me that strength and that courage to move my feet real quick, fast, in a hurry. And that's how I got out of that situation.
Mm. And so, of course, you probably didn't know. I don't know if you knew the reason why this person would force themselves on you, but the most of the time, you have people like that force themselves on, young women,
This
or
is a
young
grown
men.
man.
Yeah,
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 grown man.
yeah. I know. And that's what I said. Most of the time, when you have people that would force themselves on, young women or young men, it's because they feel that they're easy to manipulate. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And
a mind thing.
yeah, it's all in the mental. It's all a mental distraction. You know what I'm saying? They say things that sound good. They, say they may do things for them that sound great. And, they get them to pretty much, believe what they're saying. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I mean, it's really
They
ridiculous.
those type of men and women, there are women out there like that. They
Yeah.
smell the vulnerability. They smell
Yeah.
um, the lack of immaturity, being naive, those
Hmm.
things like that.
Right.
So in that particular world, and we're going to say it like that, that particular world, those type of people can smell those people, so you can be able to brainwash them and train them to do whatever you want them to do.
Right, that is true, and it's like you're right. It's like they have a hound nose, a scent. They can smell it. They can look at him and tell. Just by the way they act and the way they talk, their behavior, they can just tell that. Oh, okay, yeah, I got one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just completely just turning that young man or young woman into their prey, and and they go for them. They launch at them with full
Mhm.
force. You know what I'm saying? And because that young woman or young man doesn't realize what's going on, they fall into it. They fall for it. You know what I mean? Most of the time they do. I'm not going to say
Because
all of
they're
them do, but
right
most
and
of
they're
the time they
weak,
do.
right and they're weak, or they have no home life, or these are the things that they notice. Body language, everything.
Hmm. Yeah, true that. They notice that. They can look at them and tell that, oh, oh yeah, yeah, I can
That's
take
a broken
advantage of
little
that.
kid. That's a
Yeah,
hurt little kid.
exactly.
You don't have no family, no nothing. Yeah, and
Hmm.
they do. It's sad. It's unfortunate. Um, so I think for us as women and as fathers, definitely to continue to encourage our young daughter,
Hmm.
make them feel better about themselves, know that they are beautiful no matter what anyone says, be
Right,
strong in themselves, so
right.
they do not find themselves having to fall for those things.
And you know what? I talk to my daughters every day because I have daughters. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't want to hear something like that happening to them. That would really break me. It really would, because I love my daughters and I don't want them to fall victim to something like that. But I already know that I can't control what they do outside of the world once it's their time to be in the world. And that's why, as a dad, I'm like, oh, I
Hard.
wish I can control all
It's
that,
hard. I have
but I
I have
can't.
two boys and two boys and two girls. Oh
Hmm.
my god! But
Yeah, it's just, like, but sometimes though, Miss Redz, I do feel like I wish that I could control every
I know.
aspect of my children's lives. I
Yes, I
do.
want to
As
Captain Save everything. You know, make it all
you
better and
know,
fix you and don't
right?
go down. All right, so a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah.
And I have to say this because it just
Hmm.
popped in my head. So Dr. Seuss has this book that says all the places you'll go.
Hmm.
Don't go down that street. Don't go down that back. In that book, as I read this book, I have it. I got a sign and everything, so I have two copies. And this book is special to me because even as an adult, if you read this book, it's just pretty much saying, don't do this. Make the right choices. Do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. So I just have to share that part,
Okay.
sir.
And I want to mention this real quick. Everyone that's here, I appreciate y'all coming, man. But I just got this, you know what I'm saying, in my mind and heart what I want to do. I want this. Ms. Michi says, protect our sons and daughters. That's right. That's true. Protect our sons and daughters, man. But I do want to say this, sister. I want to ask you this, sister. We ought to do an after show, okay? And we're gonna go. We're gonna go to Bigo. That way, everybody can come up and have a conversation with Sister Redz. Of course, she'll be in the big box.
You know I don't like the big
Yeah.
box.
That way, you're gonna be in the big box today. So we're gonna do an after show, man, and y'all feel free to come after the show right here on YouTube. All right, we're gonna move to Bigo, to the Bigo.
That's where we're raw, where we're even more raw and real.
Yes, yes. So we're gonna do a show on Bigo on my panel, and Mama Sister Redz is gonna be there, and that's gonna be the after show. So you are welcome to join us on the after show so you can speak to Mama Redz one-on-one. Well, with everybody.
And you can ask and you can ask more private questions if you like. Compared to what I asked. I'll be more raw then.
Right. So after the show, y'all, we're gonna move it to Bigo for the after show, man. And it is gonna be good. All right, Mama Redz is gonna be in the big box, and we're gonna keep it going, man. All right. So Mama Redz, touch on any situation that you because I think we've covered everything.
So,
or was it anything else? Did we miss anything, sister?
Oh my gosh, we've done a lot. Abandonment, sexual abuse, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, bad relationships, my business. I do have children. I go through a lot with them. And still, for me, it's hard because I never really had a platform, a good example to how to be a parent. I had to make choices recently, even with one of the kids I had. But again, I don't know how to word this, but like I normally would, I stood like Captain Morgan, like dun 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 dun. Even though I feel like as a parent I made the wrong choice, but I made the right choice because sometimes a hard head make a soft butt.
That's right.
Have to be strong no matter how hard it makes us feel or how bad it makes us feel, because at the end of the day, we have a job to do. And as of certain skin tones, we have to teach our kids to be more mindful of how they respond and how they act, especially out in public and everything as such. But I think we pretty much touched on everything, but I want to say it again. Love someone, hug someone, encourage someone, empower someone. Those things are truly important.
That is right, man. And and I want y'all to take this in consideration. If you are going through something that has distraught you or destroyed you or traumatized you, or impacted your life in a traumatic way, please get in touch with your local crisis center. Talk to someone, get counseling. You can return back to who you were, that beautiful who you were, that beautiful yourself. You can return. Okay. Don't keep quiet. Don't do that, because you never know who you can turn out to be. Get help.
And I'm sorry, sir. Anyone that's listening, those things that you're going through mental health wise, there are skills, and the skills are called DBT skills. And these skills teach you how to be mindful, interperson actions, self-control, a lot of different things. So if you need to know, if you want to know more, just hit me up and I'll let you know. And I'll walk you through that. Because it's important. Mental health is like serious. It truly is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, y'all. And so I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I thank you for sharing your story, Sister Redz. That was so beautiful. I love you, sister. You are a very strong woman, And, this is my first time discussing this with you. And I'm glad that you decided to bring it to the show. I'm like, wow, I can't believe she's ready to do this. Been a long time coming, but you did it, sister. I'm proud of you. And I know you're proud of yourself. So, and hopefully what was spoken about today, everyone, you have learned from, learn from it and can take a positive influence from it to help you. She is an example and one of the epitomes of how you can return to yourself and bounce back. Like she said earlier, when you bounce that ball, when it hits the ground, it comes back up. So, hey, y'all better take that advice, man. And also, man, if you would like to be a guest on the show, you can reach me at TonyReal0044@gmail.com for a live screening or phone screening. Not everybody get past the phone screening, but hey, maybe you will. Maybe you're the one to get past that phone screening. Also, download the Bigo app and follow Mama Redz. Okay? Download the Bigo app, put in MOMAREDZ, and click that follow button. Also, follow your boy right here, Tony Real the God, on the Bigo app. All right. And of course, my name is Tony Real the God. Okay. And also, if you would like to donate to support the show, donate today. All right. At hashtag Big Tony Main to support the show. So I can keep this going and keep them lights on, y'all. Keep them lights on. And if you are a person that likes to eat, and you are hungry for more, go to Facebook and follow Natalie's Home Cooked Meals on Facebook and check out those videos of that food. I'm sorry, I'm getting hungry already. Y'all probably like, oh, Tony, a big greedy motherfucker. You there? Yeah, I want some of that food. I ain't greedy, but I want some of that food. Yeah, I do want some of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, because one day I'm going to come on here with a plate of it. I'm like, hey, she personally drove here and gave me this plate. I'm going to throw it all in y'all face. So be sure to go to Facebook and follow Natalie's Home Cooked Meals. Do it now. Do it now. Okay? I'm going to do it myself. I can't believe I ain't did this yet. And so, Sister Natalie, I really appreciate you. She said, thank you, Sister Michi, say history. I really appreciate you coming to the show, telling your story and giving advice on how so many of us can go through something and can bounce back. And I like, you know what? And I like your analogy about that ball, it bouncing and it come back up. I like that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So hey, meet us right after this. Meet us over on Bigo if you're on the Bigo app for the after show. All right. And if y'all want to talk more with Sister Natalie, we're gonna be there in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. We are going to head over there. All right, 5 minutes not gonna start yet because I want the sister to give her closing remarks. So go ahead with your closing remarks, Sister Red.
I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Brother, I first and foremost want to appreciate you. And yes, I didn't even know that was a real screen phoning thing. So apparently I passed.
I know I ain't tell you, but hey, you got through it. You got through it.
I hold my own. But yes, follow us on Bigo. I do appreciate for everyone just tuning in and listening to everything we had to say. Thank you for allowing me to share my story. If you want to follow me again, Natalie's Home Cooked Meals on Facebook. On Bigo, it's Mama Redz or Mama Diva. But you know what? If y'all want to have any more questions and y'all want to do extra, go ahead and ask more raw interpersonal questions. Tony Real the God on Facebook, and we'll be there in 5 minutes. I mean, excuse me, on Bigo. Sorry, in 5 minutes.
We'll be there in 5 minutes. All right. So, stick around, sister. I'm going to go ahead and close out. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to close out right quick. And, just stay on the screen. So anyway, so these are my closing remarks. Let me give y'all my closing remarks. If you have someone that is going through a traumatic problem or issue in their life, or they're traumatized by something that is destroying them, are hurting them, please support them with all of your heart. Don't leave them in a place that you know that you may have been in your life, because you have come out of it. Help them come out of it. All right. And please get in touch with your local crisis center in your area. Also, you can also Google your local crisis center, and there are a list of numbers where you can call to help you through any situation that you may be going through as far as a crisis or a traumatic breakdown. So please reach out to those that will support you. Don't sit there and suffer. Reach out. It's okay, because you can bounce back. And we're going to get out of here. Sister Redz, did you have anything else you'd like to add?
Peace and blessings, brothers and sisters. Again, love someone, encourage someone, empower someone, and strengthen someone. That's it.
And yeah, we finna go to the after show. So we'll see y'all there in 5 minutes. Stay right there, Mama Redz. We'll see y'all there in 5 minutes. All right. Thank y'all for coming, man. We out.